Hey everyone, welcome to Cook with Brooke, a channel dedicated to sharing recipes and tips to help you stress less about food. Stacy asked me to make a stir fry. I found this recipe on Pinterest. It's not just one recipe, it's like a myriad of recipes. It's basically this infographic produced by cooksmart.com. It's like a build your own adventure stir fry guide, and it explains how to build a stir fry step by step. Stir fries were something I made in university before I learned how to properly cook, and I would just throw everything together thinking everything took the same cooking time. I really didn't respect the process of bringing a stir fry together. A stir fry has four main components: protein source, aromatics, your vegetables, and your sauce. You can combine different vegetables, the ones that you love the most. Really, the sky's the limit. I really like the combinations of beef, broccoli, and snow peas and bok choy. Tender stem broccoli is a superfood, so I wanted to include that. I chose an orange ginger sauce, which is in the infographic, and the aromatics I used were garlic, scallions, and shallots. I recommend prepping all the vegetables, the protein, the aromatics, and the sauce before you start making this dish. So I made the sauce first. I have a bad habit of doubling the sauce for everything that I make. I always find that they just never give you enough. These measurements are based on me doubling, but feel free to do them according to the infographic. Combine a 2-inch piece of ginger grated in a bowl with 1 cup of orange juice, 6 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and just whisk that together. For the tender stem broccoli, I chopped it up and then put it in a bowl and covered it with boiling water for about 5 to 10 minutes just to sort of pre-cook it before it goes into the frying pan. I bought some frying steaks and I tenderized them with a fork, and I just cracked some pepper on top. I didn't use salt because I think there's enough salt in this dish with the soy sauce. I would probably leave the salt off the meat and just add salt later if you feel like it needs it. Next, you want to cut the beef into strips. You need to find the grain of the steak and you need to cut against the grain. If you cut parallel to the grain, the meat will be really chewy. But if you cut against the grain, it like tenderizes it. Next, get a large frying pan or a wok and put it on high heat on the hob or stovetop. Don't add the oil until it's really, really hot. Then add about 2 tablespoons of groundnut oil or vegetable oil. Do not use olive oil. It just will not go with the flavors of this dish. Once it's hot, add your beef strips to the pan. Do not move them for 2 minutes. Let them fry. And then toss them in the oil and then remove them to a plate. Take the pan off the heat, wipe it down with a paper towel, put it back on the burner, and put a tablespoon and a half of oil back into the pan. Then you're gonna add the aromatics to the pan. Again, I used garlic, shallots, and spring onions. That will cook very quickly. So you wanna be careful here. The pan's really hot, and you add these small little chopped up aromatics, they will burn quite easily. Just put them in the pan and wait until you can smell them. As soon as you smell them, put the vegetables into the pan and toss them around in the oil and let that fry for like 5 to 10 minutes. The recipe recommends 10 minutes. I found the sweet spot was probably about 6 to 7 minutes. You want the vegetables to cook, but you still want them to maintain their crunch and the bright green color. Add the beef back to the pan, toss it with the vegetables, and make a well in the center of the pan. Then you're gonna quickly whisk the sauce again because the corn flour will kind of fall to the bottom. Put it in the center of the frying pan in the hole. Let that bubble and then mix in with the vegetables and the beef. Add some water to the pan because you want the sauce to be like velvety and you want it to coat all the vegetables. If it's clumping anywhere or if it's sticking to the vegetables and the beef too much, you just want to rehydrate the dish to get everything kind of flowing and soft. And then when that's all done, just squeeze some lemon juice in the frying pan to brighten the flavors. And then I served it on a bed of rice and I garnished it with some orange zest and some sesame seeds and the green ends to your scallions or green onions. So that's basically it. Super quick and easy recipe. Have a look at the infographic, decide what protein, aromatics, vegetables, and sauce you want to make. They even suggest flavor combinations in the infographic. Really simple, easy recipe to follow. So let me know if you make this. Stacy, I want to hear if you make this too and what flavor combinations you use. And if you guys have any other recipes that you want me to make, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks to CookSmart for this great piece of guidance and tips on creating easy and delicious stir fries. I really appreciate you guys watching this, and I hope you have an amazing day.